Set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you live from Just the Tip Cigars in the hills of the Steel City. Get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast. Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast, a cigar show for the community by the community. A forum that talks stogies, booze, food, and anything else in the cigar lifestyle. If you're looking for ratings, negativity, reviews, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place. Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us at the Cigar Junkies Facebook group or emailing us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com.
What's up, junkies?
Man, I really had to burp, and I was hoping to get it out beforehand, and it just didn't
work?
No, it
Didn't work?
come. There it is.
Hey.
Wonderful.
I'm Corey.
I'm Sam.
And I am still Jason.
Unfortunately. And we're the Cigar Junkies. If you're watching us, you are too. Congratulations.
Yay.
You know, if your second grade teacher or your fifth grade teacher told you that you would never amount to anything, look at you now. You know what I mean? You did a thing. You know, good for you guys.
Good on you.
Yeah, that's right.
Both my second grade and my fifth grade teacher told me I'd never amount to anything.
Mrs. McGill and Mr. Moser. Love those. I had an unhealthy obsession with Mrs. McGill. She'd read to the class because of second grade, so we still had story time. I'd lay my head in her lap. She's like, "Oh, isn't he cute?" And I'm like, "She should marry me, not the guy she's marrying."
You were that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't make it known.
Yeah,
I didn't know why I liked girls in second grade, but I knew I liked my teacher. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Ryan took this incredibly dark. He said he pronounced his seventh grade teacher dead.
Oh.
Thank you for that comedic.
What was the
addition.
actual name?
Yeah.
Diod?
Yeah, right.
He's just pronouncing it wrong?
Womp womp.
Hey.
Hola, Mom.
Ah. Buenos dias.
It's Mommy.
It happens. That's all I have to say about that. How's your week?
Every week for 136 episodes, every week we've asked this question, and every week I go, I don't know. Every single time. Pass. How was your week?
I'm on the same program as you. I have no idea. It was a pass. How's your week?
Let's find out what we're smoking today.
Yeah.
By Leaning House Fine Cigars.
It's time for the Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Leaning House Fine Cigars. The Leaning House is your destination for the ultimate cigar smoking experience. Whether you're exploring their wide selection of premium cigars, unwinding in their comfortable lounge, or enjoying live music on one of the most unique and intimate live music venues in the burg, the house has something for everyone. Do you want to try the stick we're smoking today? Stop by leaninghousefinecigars.com or visit Dave in Bell Vernon or Heidi in Brownsville. Wherever you are, make the house your home for premium cigars.
I tell you what's hard about this microphone position. It's hard to find a way where I could see my phone.
Oh.
And, not have it obstructed. We are smoking the Tatuaje Tattoo series. This is the bargain brand of the Tatuaje line, I would say. They're described as medium full, the origin country being Nicaragua, and the wrapper being an Ecuadorian Habano. Unfortunately, this did not leave me a lot of information. So, hey, I didn't do the notes because I figured nobody else prepares. Why should I? You know what I mean? But I'm trying to figure out what our binder and filler are.
While you do that,
and it's different.
If you want to know my thoughts on what Nicaraguan tobacco tastes like, this is a great example.
We don't care.
This is a great example of this is Nicaraguan tobacco. I don't know, I can't describe it, but this hits. If you were what is, and I get it, it's different.
What is the body of Nicaraguan tobacco?
Yeah,
This is it.
It's so different from Esteli, Jalapa, all that jazz. But this, when I think of Nicaraguan tobacco, this is what I think of. Is that little bit of spice there, flavorful, all that jazz.
Yeah.
So this has Nicaraguan fillers. No word on the binder. I can tell you it's made at the Don Pepin factory. I mean, that's pretty much good enough. I know some stuff. So you guys sure you don't want to talk about your weeks before I bring the show to a level?
Do you want to talk about your week?
All right. Just saying. So in the last 35 days, I went from 4 grandparents to 2.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bro, one of those.
Yeah.
Condolences.
So, they had their long lives and stuff. Is the first one wasn't surprising. The second one was, but it's what happens whenever old dude's around without supervision. from a wife. They don't make it very long.
Yeah.
So Thursday,
Shitty week.
Yeah.
well, quarter already.
No, that's
fine.
the only descriptor I think
I'm not trying to like bring it down to that because, like I said, first of all, this was a set of grandparents that I wasn't the closest to.
Neither of them were Ryan Seneca's 7th grade teacher.
So, like, at least there's that.
That's a plus. And fortunately, not mine either, because that would be a whole different level of weird, wouldn't it? So, I don't know, going through, man, everything in their house, for the most part, I remember from when I was little, right? Every single thing. And so the option was, hey, come get what you want. Nobody wants anything. Nobody else wants anything. So come. And I'm like, I'm going to want everything. And it's all useless stuff.
Yep.
So let's try to put this in. First of all, I did make my aunt very happy because I was like, I'm going to take all of the stuff from the game room downstairs. So I have my brain is not giving me all the taxidermy, right? Which thrilled her because she's like, those things creep me out. So flashback family style. Imagine we're now another week back and I'm up at camp with Uncle Artie and we're hanging in the smoke shack. And I was like, you know what, man? I said, if I ever get a deer, because that's a big if. I said, he hangs his racks up, the skull with the rack in the cabin. I was like, I'm going to put mine out here. You know what I mean? He's like, okay, you can do that. That's fine. It's cool. So I call him from my grandparents' house. I was like, okay, I'm going to fill the smoke shack. He's like, what do you mean? I said, racks and stuff and mounts. He's like, how? I was like, you'll see. So he comes to pick them up yesterday. And on my workbench, and let's see if I have a photograph to show you. Because
It's just a slaughter fest. There's just a bunch of heads sticking up from it.
This is my workbench yesterday.
Yeah,
Four
that's as I expected.
Wow. All right. That's
Now,
quite a few.
meanwhile, my grandfather didn't kill any of these things.
Oh, really?
So I don't know why he had them.
They came with the house when he got it.
No, he like I don't know, picked them up from friends that were antique dealers or something. But so like, we've got $2, a mountain goat. I'm thinking. There's a pheasant. We think a kingfisher bird, a steer skull, which is like the coolest thing. A set of like longhorns, like Texas longhorns. Uncle Artie's like, you should put this on the hood of your truck, and I'm like, oh, that would be awesome. Yeah,
Do it.
You should. 100% you
I
should.
might have to figure out how to do that.
it.
It would look great with the white truck.
I think they make a mount for that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
hooks up underneath.
Here's my concern. That thing's been in that basement longer than I've been alive. So then I put it on my truck, and it's like gets eroded and deteriorated in like a year or something. I don't know.
They're made for that.
Well, in between material. We'll see. That's a possibility. So, oh man, just
Please
crazy.
do it.
Craziness. So I got all of his pull cues, all of his fishing rods. They had like a porcelain zoo. Like I literally, there's 1,000 ceramic animals. If there's one, dude, so many, like layers, just layers of them. It is wild. And so then I had to take my sister wanted my grandmother's dolls, the two dolls, the prominent ones, which are the terrifyingly realistic ones that have weird names. And so they're in a like long box that feels like a coffin on my poker table right now, which I don't much care for. So like I have to see my sister soon and get rid of those.
Yeah.
Then
Creepy Chucky dolls.
oof, I'm taking this for my dad. So my grandfather was an avid water guy. Man, he liked to be on the water. Lots of boats. Like refinished a lot of boats, like restored them, brought them back to life. But he was also like very artistic. So this is a model kit from the 70s.
Oh yeah, those
That
things are
has
awesome.
it is a remote
that's cool.
controlled sailboat. Now that is my 6 foot tall, 240 pound son next to that ship.
Yeah.
That thing is,
It's big.
I'm gonna have a real hard time figuring out how we're gonna ship that to Florida. But
That needs shipped to Florida.
to my father, yeah,
To his dad.
yeah.
Dad come get it.
Yeah, that's a
That's a come get it.
yeah, that's a tough one.
Well, it's a, give me your debit card number
Yeah.
ahead of time kind of deal.
You can't ship that. Insurance cannot replace the sentimental value of that thing.
Yeah, that is a tough one.
We'll see. It's I had to figure out how to get the masks off of it and stuff for packing already, so I took them down.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's fine.
That makes it way better.
Yeah, it's not going to ship like the masks came on, so they're down at least. But but still large.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going to be rough.
Well,
but-
then you ship that.
Yeah.
You can ship that with the postal service.
I'd UPS it and I'd crate it. I'd build a little wood crate for around it, protect
Yeah.
it, and call it
I
a
was
day.
just going to take it to them and be like, figure out how
They
to
won't.
pack this.
They won't.
No? Does anybody do that anymore? FedEx? Nobody?
You gotta
Too much liability.
That's what my dad said.
you have to pack it.
Man, build a little wood crate out of 1x1s, put that inside of a box, have it slip into the box, staple the box to the 1x1s after you do it.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah.
But if you want it to make it there, because
Still probably more work
'cause
than
it's what?
figuring
It's
out a space to
just
put
going
it.
off the picture, yay big.
Yeah, probably more than
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah, I mean,
You're
something like that.
It's
You're
also going to
so
have to. It's
big.
also going to have to be marked like this side up. Do not tilt. Don't stack. Shit like that. A lot
We'll
of
see.
care has to go into that.
yeah, that's a tough one.
Picked the wrong guy for that.
Indeed.
Yeah, you seen how I store my cigars. Yeah. Anyways, lots of crazy stuff. So I got my couch in the basement's covered with pool cues because I took all the multi-piece pool cues that are old as dirt. I was like, I can't, I'm probably going to keep one or two of those and then maybe like donate the rest of them to House of Feruza where they'll get used.
Yeah.
Something like by like respectable, but like people that'll treat them with respect if they want to use them and stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
There are probably some. I would check the
Yeah, I
makes
agree.
of all of them.
They're not. They're well worn, most of them. So
That's okay.
yeah.
A guy my dad knew had a Stradivarius pool cue. Stradivarius makes violins.
Yeah.
And he had a pool cue made they made pool cues for like 3 years, and he had bought one.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, so there's all kind of stuff. I got a family of cannons now.
A family of cannons?
Yeah, I wanted the cannon. So my pap also made from a model kit a functional cannon that's the barrel's probably about that long. The wheels are like this big. They're metal wheels. And it's a functional cannon. You can shoot it.
What does it shoot?
Whatever you put in it, baby.
Whatever you put in is coming back out.
That's right. So like he would pack it with like, blank shots for 4th of July and stuff. So, and then I didn't know it, but there was also 3 other like and there was like daddy cannon, mama cannon, kid cannon, baby cannon. So the littlest one's like that big. And then there's one about that big. And then the next biggest up, I was like, oh, this looks like maybe it shoots too. Because like the back was pulled out a little bit on it. And I was like, okay, let me see what's up with this. I pulled out. It's a knife. My wife was like, oh, I see. So like if you have an intruder in your house, you could pull it's a surprise knife. And I was like, I'd rather shoot him with the cannon.
Yeah, that'd be way cooler.
Way better.
Could you imagine breaking into somebody's house and some dude standing there in his freaking underwear with the cap on like the
Yeah.
brother from
Step Brothers?
no the brother from Christmas Story,
Like the night before
Yeah.
the night before Christmas Story, like with his
no
with my cap, not the
the
sleeping cap.
They're my
Chevy
cousin-
Chase's brother
Oh,
from
that's
National
not
Lampoon's
Christmas.
Christmas Vacation.
There you go.
Just stand there in your underwear and that hat that he wears.
Here's the thing, though. It
Eddie.
only works.
Eddie.
It only works if I have like the long stick to ignite it with.
Just
Like,
stand.
Like he opens the door and I just go.
Yeah,
Standing
you're
there like
you're just
lamplighter.
standing there with that smoking wick. And you're like, go ahead, punk.
No, but you got to have the cigar in your mouth in the dark. You just draw it one time, and so it lights up your face and it lights up what you're about to do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Boom.
And here's the thing, too.
Pack
That
of
would
America.
definitely, like, even with the time for the wick, that thing's going to kill you because you imagine the amount of time it would take to process what's happening when you walk through a door and somebody's lighting a cannon pointed at you? There's no like you turn around and run. That's processing time.
Yeah,
you have to be like, wait, what?
You hear your mind go.
Especially right after he packs it full of 8-penny nails, and it's just ready.
Guy
Like, he's
gets up
just
to
ready.
heaven, and they're like, "Oh, how'd you get?" He's like, "Guy shot me with a cannon." Somebody checks his paperwork, says you died in 2024.
We haven't seen one of these in a long time.
They're like, quick, go get the records guy.
Peter, come here.
When's the last time we seen something like this? 200 years ago?
Nah, I'm sure that whole
I like to
African campaign
imagine
in the early 1900s.
The guy's just amused. He's like, "If I had to go, I'm all right with this." And as he's like coming up through the cloud, it's just. What happened? to
Or
you?
it could be like Beetlejuice.
Don't say that anymore. Just one. You get one.
One is fine,
All
but
right.
well, when you say his name, it has to be 3 times unbroken. So I could say Beetlejuice, then say something else, and say Beetlejuice again. It's not like, oh, you said it 3 times. It has to be 3 times unbroken. But anyhow,
It just gave me a superpower I wish I had, just to be able to like give you the fucking zipper on your face, Zzz, and rivet it down from over here. That'd be awesome.
Beetlejuice.
People have often wished for that power in my presence. Continue. Oh, he's broken.
Crap. It's gone.
Oh,
This is going all right. We made Jason forget.
Yeah.
Sam almost retrohaled some coffee earlier. It's going okay.
it's one, yeah. So, what do you guys think of the cigar? It is better than I recall.
Yeah. It's also
I never had it in the Robusto before
probably
too,
been
which
sitting on a little bit of time, maybe.
It's
no, he sells these pretty quick. These do fairly well there.
it's earthy.
So I
Nom,
went
nom, nom.
back to back from that CAO to this. Very similar strength profiles. I think the CAO has more body. Like whenever I took my first draw on this, it felt a little bit lacking just because of back to back. Now that I've had a little bit of time away from it, it's man, if you're like a medium guy looking to step up, this might be like an easy, tiny little step for you.
Yeah,
Sure.
it is kind of a good jumping off point, like just moving the needle along. No, I agree. No, I think it's good. I came off that CAO Pillon, and same thing. The first, the majority of what I've smoked so far was just trying to get my palate switched over to a different stick because that other one way overpowered this. So,
Yeah.
but now that I got it, I'm not getting as much of the earthiness that you're talking about, which I think is just, again, still priming my palate.
Which
But,
hand are you smoking with, Jay? The right hand? Good. Good. Got to be your tattoo arm.
Oh,
I was like,
they're,
wait,
they're
what?
both tattooed.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
He can double
He can
fist 'em.
swing both ways. That's nice to know. I can only use my right. This is still a blank canvas.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. So not a whole lot else in the firearms realm. I knew there was a musket that he built from a kit. Oh, not a musket, a muzzle loader, which was there. I would not try shooting anything out of it. It was probably functional at one point, but like the trigger guard assembly, there's like you can see daylight through the other side between that and the wood, and the whole thing's got a janky feel to it. And then there was also a double barrel shotgun with a similar feel to it. And I was like, "Oh yeah, Dad, there was a double barrel shotgun." He's like, "Oh, my uncle gave that to me when I was a teenager." He says, "It looked pretty sad back then too, and like it wouldn't open, like it's missing the lever to open the thing up." So I'm like, even if I could fix that, I don't know that I'd ever want to shoot anything out of it because you like rattle and it's.
Yeah.
That
You've never
doesn't
shot an
feel
AK-47
trustworthy.
before, have you? There's nothing on those that doesn't rattle.
I was like, I didn't even know they made shotgun versions of those, but cool.
Whoa.
I'm just thinking of how horrific that would be.
Go, 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 go.
I've shot like a faster semi shotgun before, and they're not too bad. They have recoil, the compression, like it actually controls all. You're talking about an AK. It's a block of wood bolted to a block of steel. There ain't a whole lot helping you out there. Yeah, that would be not great. Not great.
I'd like to see a Gatling gun made of double barrels instead of like single barrels. You know, like just like 6 double barrels around. Just because it'd be stupid. Not because I think it would be like, oh, we're missing the boat.
Functionality's not there, but
it
would just be cool.
Yeah, I mean it's already numerous barrels, but that's what's fun about it. It's like
Yeah.
the extra.
It's the aesthetic.
It just
It's the knowledge that
that makes no sense.
I don't know if I'm getting birdshot or buckshot, but either way, this is gonna suck.
It's 1 out of each.
Yeah. Oh, because you had a bet. Now imagine all of them just shooting at the same
You need
time.
to go back to welding school and just take
12 barrels of love.
just take one shotgun like stock assembly and like weld a bunch of double barrels to it in a perfect circle and then have like 8 triggers on it. Typical double barrel fashion, just like all of them lined up, just barrel,
Just
trigger.
Just have it look like a.
I'm
like
never
a-
saying that.
Yeah, no, don't. That's
Don't
why I
say
was
it
rolling by.
fast.
There
we go.
Yes. Jay
That's
found it.
That's my dream.
It has been done.
Whoa.
That looks like something.
I was going to say,
But that's not a shotgun. That's a multi-barrel cannon.
Eh,
It says multi-barrel cannon.
yeah.
What the hell is that?
Dude, Civil War guns were awesome because everybody in their garage was making something. What is this?
That's great. It's fantastic.
It's-
Is what it is.
It is not.
It's
Oh, my
interesting.
goodness.
There's a lot of goodness.
There's a
going
triple
on.
barrel.
Look, the triple barrel. Whoa! Look at the
Yeah, I've
revolver.
seen that one before. Shoots 3 at a time in his revolver.
That's
Fantastic.
Holy.
Yeah, there's so many cool, just like why.
I like to
guns.
imagine somebody trying to pull out that
That's a
revolver.
10-shot.
Try to pull out that revolver in a duel and be like, "Hold on, my carpal tunnel."
Yeah.
There's some interest. You have to think. We have to consider that you're not screen sharing, so nobody's seeing this wildness. So we can't like sit on this too long
Yeah.
because people are just going to.
But if you guys want to follow along, because we're not sharing it, look up old multi-barrel guns.
That's it.
On
That's all
Google.
you have to
That's
look
it.
up.
And
Old
you-
multi-barrel
And
guns.
you can get lost here in the 9-shot, whatever that is.
Wait,
It's fantastic.
this one is wild.
The one that fans out.
Yeah. what is this?
That one's been in a couple movies. I've seen that one before.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I think
you wanna
Eric,
shoot-
Eric has something that looks like that at home,
When
but
you
it's a
wanna
different,
shoot 4
not a
people.
barrel on the
Different
end.
use, yeah.
This was for poker players.
Clear the table. Boom.
The
Just
whole
one
table.
shot, kaboom.
That's right.
Get them all.
Yeah. The first one reminded me. I like that the big one that would claimed it was a cannon that looked like a
Yeah.
bunch of shotguns. The one
That
on
guy
to the
there.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that reminds me. There's what video game was it though? It was on the consoles. It was not like Fallout or one of those, but it was another one that had like that old 50s aesthetic. Like there was always
Biohazard?
Bioshock.
Bioshock. That's what I
That
meant.
looks
yeah.
like a weapon
Yes.
you would 100% get in Bioshock.
Yeah, you said old timey, and I was like, "Yep, 100%." Like
Yeah.
that is a Bioshock gun.
Yeah.
Such a cool. That's one of the few games I ever was
Weird
like, the
aesthetic,
storyline
super
is
neat.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'd never get caught in storylines,
Wait,
but that one was awesome.
Dude, when it came to the end, and he revealed that the brain treatment they were giving you every time he said, "Would you kindly?" Then you were compelled to do what he said. I was like, "What? I've been a puppet this whole time."
No.
Meat puppet. Yeah. I never played the first one, just the second one forward. I played a few of them, I think, but started at Bioshock too. And I remember thinking I probably should have played the first one because I had no idea what the hell was going on in this game.
That weird hook hand and everything, like it was so cool.
It was wild, man.
Yeah.
Some interesting stuff happening there. Jason went to the office, so it's just going to
Yeah.
be us for a little while, which
No,
is
that's-
expected.
Actually, was just talking to Britt about it the other day. I'm like, I want to play a video game again. Like I don't know the last time I actually like played a game.
Shed some light on our text message from yesterday.
What's that?
Shed some light on our text message from yesterday. I've been playing Starfield, another we'll go through of it. The worst part of it
Never
is
played it.
well, no, because it came out like last year.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Starfield is Fallout in space.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
It's like not post-apocalyptic. It's
It's
essentially
in space,
like
so it's all apocalyptic, but it's
yeah.
not,
So you have like what's the Xbox one everybody always loves? That's the medieval one.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Something with the things. And
Yeah.
it was one in this series, but everyone just went by the like after the colon name for it. Dang it.
I can't think of the name. I can picture it.
Chat room's not helpful
Yeah.
either.
No.
I'm looking back to comments from 10 minutes
Seneca's
ago.
over there playing with fire trucks, so like,
Yeah,
we
he
know his
should
game
be.
style.
Dang it. Start with an F, maybe? I don't know. Skyrim.
Skyrim.
So you have
Yep.
Skyrim, you have Fallout, and now you have Starfield.
Starfield.
So Starfield is like the exact same game engine, but in space. And
Yeah.
there's like 50 or 75 star systems or something that you could go to, and they all apply. It's like big and mostly empty, which is relatively realistic, you know. But yeah, I've been playing that.
Back in the day, I played, when it first came out, I started playing the game Warframe,
Okay.
and it was awesome, but it's super complicated to just like know what you're supposed to do. Like, I don't know how to advance. Like, you've got all these planets. It's like, where do you want to go? Where am I supposed to go? Like, you've given me no indication of what I'm supposed to do. Like, you have to build your Warframe, which is your armor and stuff, and you have to gather these, and you have to get, and there's so many items you have to gather, and it's like, this, you got to be committed to play
I
this
was
game.
usually really bad at those games because now a lot of those games have like once you get past this point you're hooked. But I was usually too stupid to get to that
point.
So it's like so overwhelming and so confusing and so much of each thing that usually I'd just be like, man, I don't know, and I'd give up. But like, you know, it's usually on those type of games. Once you break past that point, then you're
Yeah.
you're peeing in the 2-liter bottles of Code Red Mountain Dew in your room and stuff. And it's not bueno.
Well, a buddy of mine and I were trying to play that game, and we went into a lobby and just like asked for help. So this guy takes us to all these, I can't even remember what it was, but you had to have keys to unlock certain like dungeon tries.
It's an online lobby.
Yeah.
Okay, because like initially I'm thinking of you at like the snack bar at
Yeah,
Kmart,
yeah.
and some guy's like, "I got you, sonny."
No, this game's not that old. Like it's, I mean,
Okay.
it's 10 years old, but like it's
Okay.
not, ridiculous. But we asked, I was like, what do we need to do? Like, can you help us a little bit? Like, your armor looks awesome, so I think maybe you actually are advanced. Like, I don't even know how to tell what level people are.
Because that was before paywalls and stuff, so he couldn't just buy it from the store.
Well,
Like
so that's the model of that game. It's one of the first games I ever experienced where like you can do it without paying, but it's going to take you a long time.
so you could actually buy.
You could just like
grab
buy
for
the
money.
gear, and so you could buy. Well, I think you could buy the materials to build what you wanted to build, but the game's free, and it's not a player versus player thing. So I don't know. I never fully understood it. Was the reason I got away from it. But the gameplay was so fast and so fun, and it's one of those like sometimes you have a ton of mobs coming around you, and you have to do your AOE's and all that stuff, and other times it's one-on-one, and you're like, I have no idea how to fight. It was very complicated, which made it fun, but it was too complicated for me to stick with because like I don't know how to advance at all. But you were talking like the way that you were saying like the different planets, like there's all these different planetary rings, and it's huge now.
Yeah.
Like that game is massive as far as the maps and all that go.
That's cool. I like the new game plus system on this game, but the problem is usually once you get into a new game plus, like you get halfway through, you're like, all right, this is all the same thing. Like I'm kind of losing interest in it. But they have a really cool like built into the game reason for being able to do it, and it's pretty cool.
Did you play Metal Gear Solid?
Not the only one that I've played in its entirety was like 5.
I'm talking about PlayStation 1 version.
No, I played
Or was it PS2?
PS2. I played like Metal Gear Solid 2 briefly, but I didn't own it.
I'm talking about the one where the one boss is impossible to beat unless you unplug your controller at the right time.
Oh yeah, no.
I was so cool because like he takes over your controller, but if you unplug it and plug into the secondary, or if you like get to a point you can do it faster. If you unplug yours and just grab the other controller next to you.
Yeah.
But that had one of the best replays of the game I've ever experienced because you play through it on, whatever setting you want. And you can gather stuff in the game if you know that it's there, or if you get lucky, like you can gain invisibility in a stealth game. That's pretty freaking useful.
Okay.
So like then you get invisibility. Now you get a sword because the one guy and every time you beat it, you can access something new. So and it makes the game way easier, but the game leveled up. So it got harder every time you got one of those things. So it
Yeah.
actually made it fun to replay.
Okay.
And there's timers on every single thing that you did. So you're trying to beat your best time getting through this boss. And then it gives you that secondary challenge.
It's one of those problems I'm having with Starfield is you're trying to get the coolest weapons, you're trying to upgrade and build all your stuff, trying to upgrade and build your ship. And then by the time you have it, there's not a whole lot of enemies left to fight with it.
Yeah.
And in addition, it becomes you're so OP that it's wow,
This isn't fun
you
anymore,
walk
yeah.
in and just hip shot everybody. It's it could be if they give you the volume of people to fight that you'd like. You're man, I just want giant space battles now because I've got this ridiculous ship. Just let me go mow some people down.
My favorite way when they drop stuff like that in games is have a guy at the beginning that just stomps you. And then let's say it's a game where you get to level 100, right? At level 25, you can beat him. But shortly after you beat him, you run into a guy that stomps you. And then they keep progressively harder bosses, but you have to experience them and lose to them to see how much you've powered up later. And I like that progression to actually help you enjoy your way through it.
Who was pretty good at that was Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Because there were different parts of the map. Once you got to Black Sail, I didn't play many of them before that, but
Yeah.
Black Sail was the pirate one.
Yeah, I never played
And
that
and I also played the Greek one as well, ancient Rome.
I think I only
Greek.
played the first two. So
It got a lot more crazy.
Yeah, it got
But it
wild.
was cool because you'd go into these areas and it was you would progressive difficulty. You could go to those areas anytime
you wanted to. Yeah.
but you'd get stomped.
Yeah.
And so you had to kind of work your way around to build up to those. And then they developed a bounty system in that game where you would actually have bounty hunters looking for you. And often the bounty hunters would be higher than your level. But I think they did run out at some point. But that was a pretty good mechanic.
That makes sense because it gives you a new challenge that you don't have to really.
Might want to see if he
mess
washed
with
his
or whatever.
hands first.
Yeah.
Also, I could use off of I have cans in the bag. I could use another can. I left them in a bad place. I can't get to them from
Thank
here.
you, sir.
So you know what I hate? It's really good, the new Star Wars games, the Jedi games.
Can you grab that cream?
But they make it really difficult to fight stormtroopers with a lightsaber.
And you're you're a stormtrooper. Why?
Yeah,
this
I should
no
be able
challenge.
to bifurcate you very easily. Give me enemies with lightsabers or give me so many stormtroopers that it's difficult. But let me feel like a freaking jet. Don't make me feel like
That's the problem
I'm
with
worst Jedi ever.
That's the problem with a Star Wars game, right? You're supposed to be I'm a Jedi, I'm good, but they can't do that because then the game has no challenge. So why am I playing this?
Right.
Yeah.
I understand there has to be a balance there, but I wish that they would give you a mix of reasons why, because the lightsaber mechanics in those games are just horrible. Don't forget me on the yellow bag. So I don't know. That was why Knights of the Old Republic was so good, was because you lived the whole game took place in an era where there were tons of Jedi and tons of Sith. And so there were people with lightsabers everywhere to battle. And so you could maintain a feeling of being awesome, but at the same time have a challenge.
Yeah, that's
Behind you.
right there, buddy. Yeah,
Yellow
no,
bag.
that's cool. Yeah, I never played Old Republic. That's one of the games I've heard the most about and how cool it was.
Problem with Knights of the Old Republic was that it was turn-based. So, they had the online version, which wasn't, and that game was supposed to be wild, and it was huge, and it existed for a long time. But I didn't play online stuff back then, so it just fell short. So,
Yeah.
So, now that Jason's back from the office, Let's see. This is old school. Just fly by the seat of our pants. How about? I smoked some pulled pork yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I do have a cigar question. Have either of you guys had the Gooligan yet?
Nope.
No,
I haven't. I'm not able to get it, so I was like,
I
curious how it actually
think
is.
Dave has them.
Yeah, he got.
but
he
I
got
haven't
5 boxes
smoked
in.
it yet. Yeah, because Louis is all about the packaging. He's like, oh,
No, that
box
was
is
the
cool.
that was the Wolf box, the Redux.
No, he likes the filthy Gooligan box.
Oh, okay. He made a big deal out of the Wolf one on Facebook, is why I was referencing that.
Well, he wanted to put the band on a guitar that we're working for Troy
Nice.
Harper. So it's if you've seen the poster that I made for the Leaning House show,
Yeah.
it's that with a little bit less of the words on it, printed on a cigar box. So it's bad.
That's cool.
Badass. So we are, as far as I know, at least for what's been made by Louis, we're the first people to have our faces on a cigar box guitar, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty neat. Yeah, and we're printed right on there and stuff. What I need to do is get him to do like an acoustic where we print like the Leaning House skull logo on it or something, and the sound hole is the mouth. that'd be pretty neat. We do some things. Or if he ever does, he wants to make me a cigar box acoustic guitar. Maybe we will, and I'll just get a Jeff Poole to do the Strum Junkie logo, but just the monkey part, and put him in the sound hole. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool too. Yeah, we got some options. We can make some neat things. But yeah, so yesterday I got up before work. I threw a pork butt in the smoker at 6 a.m. and was in there for about 12 hours. Smoked it for about 12 hours. Then I did baked beans in the smoker for the first time, which were pretty great too. There's few extra ingredients added in, some onion and some red pepper.
Yeah, because you got offset.
Jalapenos and pineapple. You
There's-
get this sweet, spicy. Oh man,
So
it's a party.
when I do baked beans in the smoker, I generally do it with a brisket, but I've done it with pork butt too. But once you've had it in, because you're putting them in at the end, they don't take long in there, like,
Like
comparatively.
3 hours is
Oh, okay.
what was recommended for the recipe that I chose.
But when we do it, we'll put it in there, and when it's time, slide it underneath of the meat and let the drippings come in. You get the fats into it. Oh, bro. And you just, like, the one thing is you have to make sure you mix it down as you're going.
So the one problem that I had with mine is, and here's what's going to happen now, is I'll mix some of the pulled pork in with the beans, but you're supposed to do bacon in them. And me being the freaking nice Yahoo that I have to be, I opted not to use the bacon
For
and
your
stuff
daughter.
so my daughter could eat it.
Yeah.
It was like, maybe she'll eat some of this, you know what I mean? And she's actually on a full vegan kick right now. She's not full vegan, but she's like, for dietary purposes, I guess. I don't know.
Ugh.
So, yeah, but, whew, boy, I food comed like crazy yesterday, dude. And I tell you what, I found another amazing addition to pulled pork. What was it? Sarah Lee, I think, makes Hawaiian, like big Hawaiian hamburger buns.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, man. You get the sweet roll with it, too.
We just did pulled pork the other day at the house, and we're just talking chafing dish, throw it in the oven. I didn't actually smoke one. We found one at GFS that's really good. But I did that the other day with slider buns and did Hawaiian slider buns. Same thing, like you said, just
Oh, dude.
spot on. But with
You get
little
them
kids,
big
those
buns?
sliders are perfect. At the
Oh,
house.
for them, yeah. Shannon said that they make like hoagie rolls of those too, but I haven't seen them yet. But that would be a party because that's perfect because you could just like, if it's like hot dog bun style, try to leave it
Yeah.
attached and then put your meat in there and close it back up.
So I do
Not that meat.
my pulled pork sandwich. I'll usually put pickles on it.
Oh yeah.
Just pulled pork and pickles. That's it. Oh, bro, I'm in heaven.
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Jalapenos, onion, pickles.
So we used to make poppers all the time, but instead of like stuffing them, I'd split them like down the middle of the stem and everything. So the stem's your little handles, you got boats, and then do cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and then bacon wrap them after they smoked for a little bit. But we've done that where we've taken that and then cut that up and put them on sandwiches. Oh,
Yeah, I tell you what,
I'm
I'm
so
on
hungry
pace
now.
right now to be as well known in the butcher shop as I am in the cigar shop, because I've been to like Weiss's Meats like every day this week.
Dude,
Wait,
check out
from work.
Cheplix. Their prices have been like way better lately.
What is it?
Cheplix.
Okay.
It's a butcher shop right in Finleyville.
Okay.
You know where Huffy's is? The
Yeah.
camper place?
I don't know where anything is in Finleyville.
Go 88 that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I basically, I would say Weiss's is like a minute and 15 seconds out of my
Yeah.
way to work.
Yeah.
So especially if I'm on daylight coming home, it's just so easy to
grabbing
roll in
something,
there
yeah,
on the way home, dude. Yeah. So
We still do Weiss's for chicken just because nobody can compete with their cost on chicken. It's like half of anywhere else that we go.
Do you know what I'm doing for Christmas this year?
You do a standing rib roast with the little white hats on the bones?
I'm doing a goose.
Oh, you're going to do a goose?
I'm going to do a goose.
Never done it. Never had goose. All the game feasts and stuff like that we've been to, never managed to get that one.
Yep, doing a Christmas goose.
yes,
That's cool.
Interesting.
I mean, that used to be the thing. Everybody said it's so greasy, so I've never prioritized
Just-
trying it.
Just don't bring it to the table with a head still on it.
Oh, no, absolutely bring it to the table with the head still on it.
It's like
Set it up swan
Christmas
style
Story?
and everything.
Christmas Story, whatever they're at the
yeah.
Chinese restaurant, and they're like going, "Oh, jeez." It's like, what? It still has a head.
The horse with the bars
Hurry.
Good times.
Oh, it was so
So-
terrible and awesome at the same time.
So the pulled pork turned out, it was weird because the last time I did one, it was on a inferior smoker. The meat was a little harder to pull this time. So depending on which part of the cut it was, some of it was tender, some of it wasn't as tender, a little bit more with work into pulling it. But flavor-wise, way better than the last one I made.
Did you did you spray with apple juice or anything like that?
I did. Well, I did it while I was at work.
Okay.
But here's what I did. The day before, I made a brine out of apple cider, a little bit of vinegar, brown sugar, cayenne pepper, and salt. And then, first of all, Weiss's, you get 2 of them for like $34.
Yeah.
So it's like a good price. So I let that marinate overnight, but I also used the injector and just pushed as much of that into the meat as I could, let it brine overnight, and then I put it on the smoker at 6 a.m., and I kept the temperature really low because I'm like, you're supposed to do it it's supposed to be like 3 hours before you pull it and wrap it and put it back in. So I wasn't sure how that was going to go. So I kept it real low in the beginning. It was like 180, and then I brought it up to 200, and then eventually to 225 because I can watch the temperature, and I
Yeah.
know I need it to be at 145 when I get home so that I can wrap it and cover it. But what I did was I put it on the middle rack of the smoker with the tray underneath of it to catch all the drippings, and then after I got to 145, then I put it in the tray with the drippings and just covered it with more foil and
Yeah.
then put it back in. And then so that way at the end, when I did pull it, I'm able to mix it all in with all those juices and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
probably, I can't wait to eat it again today, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's going to be, I might have to wait until like right before I leave for work so that I'll fall asleep and not make it in.
Yeah, I can see that'd be a problem.
But I'll take some to work with me for dinner tonight too. I got to stop for buns on the way home. But it's a good time. It's a party.
That's awesome.
Nah, dude.
I'm glad that you are smoking your meats.
We just called the show Smoking, and we could talk about smoking all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I smoke rocks, Joe Rogan.
Smoke rocks. Just take my bald-headed face and make my skin tone green. It's just a smoking podcast.
Smoking.
That's
I
funny.
come in a yellow suit and just pull out one of those giant cannons that we were looking at from underneath the cup. That'd be good. Yeah.
All right, so if you had
that
to,
might be a good. I could just
You
green
could do
face for
that.
Halloween.
Green face, yellow
in a
suit.
yellow suit. Yeah, let's party.
all right, so if you could pick any actor to play the mask now, like one of the popular actors now, who would you pick?
I don't know if anybody could do it, man.
And
Ryan Reynolds.
nah, He could, yeah, and it's Ryan Reynolds, so, but
No, I know exactly who. The dude from College Humor, the comedian.
I win. Kevin Hart.
no, I unfortunately agree with you. That would be
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
The Rock.
That would
Well,
be
The Rock would be the bad guy because they always have to play with it.
Yeah.
I was thinking Zach Galifianakis would be awesome at it. Like, it'd be a whole different take, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
bro.
no, I
Kevin Hart be the one.
my answer has definitely changed to agree with you on that. That would be really funny.
Especially because he's like this big. Yeah.
You just like him because he's short and bald.
That's right. He's not bald.
He has been before. Some movies. He shaved his head for a couple.
Troy Harper says Jack Black.
Wait, hold on. Robert Downey Jr. as Kevin Hart as the Mask.
He's the dude that's playing
dressed
a
as
dude
another dude wearing a mask.
disguised as a dude.
Jack Black wouldn't be bad. Troy Harper.
Dude, my son loves Minecraft. And when they showed that it was Jack Black, I was like, no. Like, that just, no. Like, it's not going to be a fantastic movie. But
And why is Jason Momoa dressed like a girl?
my guess, and I don't know, my guess would be that it's a girl who's playing the game of Minecraft. But that's the character. That's my guess.
I don't know. It's supposed to be Alex.
That's supposed to be Alex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll lose me. I don't play Minecraft. Never
I don't either. My son is in love with that game, though.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Nah.
I watched somebody watching the trailer for that, and they're like, "Why are the people not blocky? And
Right.
why is everything rounded? Like,
Yeah.
is it blocks or is it not blocks? Like, the animals have, like, rounded block heads and stuff, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I get it, because any adult that doesn't play Minecraft that took your kid to this movie would be like, this looks like crap.
Yeah. So my son's Christmas list, they started their Christmas list the other day. He wanted a workbench, but like one of the pop-up workbenches. And we're like, okay. Like, went round and round on this. And then she showed me the one he picked. It's the crafting table. Because it has the graph on top and all that. I'm like, aha.
Just get them a bunch of blocks, and some of them are gray and some of them are brown, and just go, here, build it yourself.
Yeah, figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you want to make it?
Because that's
Make
how
it.
everything's made
Yeah.
in that game. It's just different colored blocks before it got a little crazy. I mean, we did that for my son. So actually, it's funny. My daughter liked the workbenches more when they were little. But the two of them somehow broke every plastic workbench you could buy.
Yeah.
Like, they'd have, like, the Black & Deckers and the Craftsman and all that stuff. And they were all super cool. My kids would break them. I don't know if they were standing on them or what. So I built my son a wooden workbench, and I spent time on it, man. Like, I spent time on this thing. I took a piece of, like, the thinnest plywood that I could buy, and I have it on the back, and I manually took a T-square and mapped out. I still remember it's 144 holes that I drilled in for the pegboard on the back of this thing. And it's cool, man. It's still, I kept it. It's in my attic.
No, he wants like a legit,
Oh,
like the boy picked a workbench.
just get Grandpap to make him a cool one, dude.
I have 4 of these in the garage.
It's
Like,
not cool.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So that's an easy one. That's a layup on that.
He wants a workbench.
He wants a workbench.
What's he going to do with it?
He wants a crafting table for Minecraft is what he really wants. That's all.
But yeah, like, it's funny when I built it, I had to put a step stool in front of it for my son to use it.
Yeah.
And then he obviously way outgrew it. But I put one of the clamp on bench vices on it and everything, dude. Like,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Build it legit.
Yeah, so I was like, I have to keep it because hopefully, someday he'll have a boy and he'll be
Yeah.
able to give it to his boy.
Let's.
But yeah, just give him go back up to the block. Just give him, like, paint a bunch of wooden blocks like that, and just give it to him and be like, here, make your own.
Yeah, make your
and
own.
then pull it Christmas Story style, like have the bench be built and like have it be behind the Christmas tree, like he doesn't know it's there, and be like, here, we figured you could build it yourself. Oh, wait, there's the one.
Yeah.
Just get Grandpap to make them to the right.
Oh yeah, no, they've already. So he has an army of Steves that he's made with my dad. They
That
cut
sounds
out.
like Eric's browser history, an army of Steves.
No, I am thinking about taking one of the workbenches I have, like one of those style workbenches, and seeing if Jeff Poole can make me a print for the crafting table.
Dude,
coating the
that
top
one
of it with
right
that.
there, except for your dad, does the cutting board style of the like mosaic wood.
Yeah.
Yep.
And actually have it be the wood of different things.
Oh
Tell
no,
him to
we've
get off
discussed
his
it, but
ass.
there's a lot of work to that. We've gone
He's
through
got
every one of
time,
those
bro.
DIY ones.
He's
every
got
one of the
time.
there's stupid crafting table.
I'd do it.
This one would be dope.
See, I would end up putting a chessboard on it.
You each get 3 pieces, and there's only 3 center tiles. Be the fastest game of chess ever.
So, did you meet Ron's buddy here? That the guy's like ridiculously higher rated than us at chess. Mm-hmm. So he's 1600 is his rating. Mm-hmm. Beat him 2 in a row.
No shit.
Yeah, I was pretty happy.
So does that make your rating go up?
No, we didn't play like actual like official. We just played on the board here. But man, it was. I beat him and I kind of looked at him and he looked at me like, oh, and it was. I got
Did
him.
you
I got
bore
him in
him
a
in-
cheesy trap, and that was it.
Did you bore him in the submission? I was going to say, that's how I beat you guys. It's just make the game take like 8 times longer than you want it to. Yeah, that's how I do it. It's effective, though. My
No, it's-
combination of doing weird stuff and taking forever.
Dude, I absolutely win a large percentage of my games just using the clock. Like I'll just let you run on it. Like a lot of guys, there's ways to stall. Like I'm fast at the openings, so I can sock up like 2 minutes on you at the beginning of the game in a 10-minute game, and then towards the end when you're rushing, I still got those 2 minutes in the bank. So it's like, okay, go ahead and rush, and I'll literally just move around to make you run out of time.
All right, can we quit looking at the Minecrafts? Because
Yeah,
I
I
like
looked
to
at enough of that.
see the times. The times are useful.
The times stamps.
Yeah. So, do you like this cigar?
I don't know what the price point is on it. If it's what I think it is, I think it's great for the price.
It's not what it used to be, because I think when these came out, they were like a $5.
Really?
Yeah. But you're talking, this cigar line's been out for over a decade.
It's been around for a minute.
So, I mean, back in those days, that was the $5 range is like your 8 to 10 now.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're probably somewhere in that neighborhood. There's no way this is less than 7. I'd say probably like $7.95 or something would be my guess, Rooney.
Yeah, and I'd say, I mean, it's an $8 cigar easily. Like as far as profile, there's enough complexity to it. It does change. It does, progress as it goes. It doesn't hold one note the entire time and just build in strength or pepper. It does remind me a lot of the Jaime Garcia. Is it the blue label? I think it is. Like it reminds me a lot of that. There's definitely similarities in it.
It's a cigar. It's not my jam. There is a quality about it that not that I don't like it. It just
It's underwhelming.
it's not my thing.
Yeah. No, and that's the fun of it. Like, I like finding cigars that I go, like,
This is
yeah, yeah. If somebody handed it to me, I'd happily smoke it,
Sure.
but
I'm not gonna turn
never
it
gonna
down.
search it out. Yeah.
At first, I used to like real. Are you getting the earthiness out of it now? At first, I used to think that's what I liked. I was like, I want an earthy cigar, and now like this is earthy, and I'm like,
Yeah, it definitely has that. That is what has amped up in it, and actually any spiciness or pepper is just slowly crept down on it.
The spice and the pepper was there in the beginning,
Yeah.
and now it's just a dirt cigar.
Yeah. And I won't lie, there's sometimes I like that. Like, give me like jambalaya or something like that, like a hot, spicy jambalaya. This would be good with it because that earthiness would bring it down. It would bring down the spice in the food. So,
which one was the real grassy one that we smoked the other day? Or not the other day, it was a couple weeks ago. It was one of the Mexican ones.
This was $5 in 2009, by the way.
It was. It's one of the ones you have sitting on the wall in here. The
apostates?
The one of them's the coxacodal.
Yeah. So the feathered serpent's the really grassy one. Yeah. The green one, the Candela. Yeah. Fire.
Oh, my God. Is that a good cigar? In fact, I think I'm going to buy one today.
Yeah, he's sending me the samples of their 2 new ones that they just came out with. I can't remember the names of them yet. But his 2 newest offerings. So, like, if you're going to drop 2 at the same time, don't have them both be $20.
Ooh.
Like, that's a little cost prohibitive for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So, like, now you've gone from it would be so the way that they have their branding and their marketing, like each one of them has a letter character to it to spell out apostate. You haven't finished that core line yet. Don't have a 25% increase on the cost of 2 of those cigars compared to the rest in your core line. Like Ferio Tego does that really well, is they have their Nat Sherman stuff, so they have the Timeless and the Metropolitan. So like you have your Metropolitan here, you have your Timeless here. So Timeless is going to end up being like their bread and butter because it's in the middle, and then you're going to have the Ferio Tego branded stuff above that, the Elegancia, the Suma, and the other one. And like that's cool because like they're more expensive and they come in a 10-count box, and boom, they're here. But you still have the core lines to work through. I don't like that they separated that in branding. Did you find it or no? No.
I see Holt cigar. I don't know how close that is to retail.
Whatever they always mark MSRP and then they dash it out and say the price. Whatever MSRP is yeah, it's always right. I've used them for point of reference so many times. Because sometimes I'll get odd pricing from manufacturers, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right, and go there, and it'll match up.
I don't know. There's no cross out.
Yeah, right there. So a box of 50 would be $275. So
yeah, but they don't have that on the single.
Yeah, I'm saying like we have to like do
extrapolate.
Maths. Yeah. Yeah. Which hi Jay, how are you?
Yeah, $5.50.
Yeah, so they're less than $6. At less than $6, absolutely a great cigar.
For this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe?
Yeah, I mean, it's gone up
in
50
that
cents
path to
in
love?
15 years.
And it's not like a lot of cigars, you'll get down to the bottom or you'll get down to the end of them and they'll be real, like the ammonia will be super there. This doesn't have a lot of ammonia at the end, but it's still, for $5.50.
That's something you don't really have to worry about with anything, Dom Pepin, any of the Dom Pepin products.
Yeah,
I've never had an ammonia. Like, he properly ferments all of his stuff or makes sure that it's properly fermented when he gets it. Like, he is really good at sourcing that side of
So I
things.
got to ask you, do you have a shaving boo-boo, or is it your wife's time?
What's that?
Do you have a shaving boo-boo, or is it your wife's time?
Wow, what's up?
A little red there.
Oh, I didn't know I had that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
That's super. Like right here.
Yeah.
Chin line.
Cross
You
there.
look like the
I don't know what I
bunny
did.
from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
yeah.
It's all right.
just keep it behind the mic.
It doesn't show up on camera.
All right.
Microphone block.
Yeah, perfect. Ta-da, problem solved. Yeah, I didn't know it was there, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Red Tide,
Can we get off the...
I like making people uncomfortable. It's one of my superpowers. Biggity bang.
So many comments.
So you don't work? Do you work today, Jason?
No.
Lucky.
You guys never work the same day on a Sunday, do you?
Well, he doesn't work in my department anymore. He got absorbed into the galvanized.
You end up getting captured over there?
I did.
I thought I saw a vehicle that I
He only has to
really
work
didn't want to see.
7 out of 14 days, though. That's their schedule over there. Well, typically 7 out of 14. But
That's
he's
tough.
kind of weird double up. Like once he gets to February, he'll be officially absorbed for the guy he's replacing. But
It's a 2-2-3 schedule.
Oh, okay.
2 on, 2 off, 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3 off.
I love the concept of that schedule, and we were gonna push for it at Eastman, and once like we started breaking it down, we didn't have enough people to do that. So like,
isn't it actually just 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, and like depending on the week, you end up that many days off?
No, it's 2 on.
Really? Is
2
3 on?
3
Okay.
on.
yeah,
See, that's why I can't work over there because I'd never know when I have to work.
yeah, there was
Yes, you would.
Well, I could look at the schedule, but I'm not good at that
Your
either.
your schedule is it's forever.
Yes.
yeah, but
You could be like, okay, what am I going to work? If you continue on your rotation, you could be like, what am I going to work June 5th? Am I working June 15th, 2026?
Right.
And you'd
Yeah.
be able to look at it and be like, no,
I could do that now, though.
yeah.
sure.
Because the nice thing about my schedule is I know on, like, our calendars all have the week number. So my crew is always daylight on even weeks and 3 to 11 on odd weeks. So it's so fast because all I got to go is this even or odd.
Yeah,
Right.
It's super easy to just look ahead and be like, oh, yeah, I know. I'm off this weekend and I work this weekend.
Yeah,
It's with his schedule, you're off every other weekend.
yeah,
And every Saturday night.
It's 10 on, 4 off.
yeah. I worked with Eastman. It was we were at, I can't remember what the name of the schedule was, but like you worked midnight, afternoon days, and you had 3 weeks of 5-day weeks. And then on the 4th week, you had to work 6 days. And that moved your days off back 1 day. So you would do that. It was terrible. That was, of all the schedules I've worked, that was the worst.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened there. That was
Oh,
very
he was
like
doing a
he had
Tinkerbell thing, man.
Spirit fingers were rocking. There was a lot
Spirit
happening
fingers,
there.
jazz hands, and
Yeah, I
fairy
got-
dust. That's all
got-
I saw.
Incredibly awkward.
Apparently, he blasted through the tattoo.
Oh, dude, he was hammering it. I think you were looking for strength and you were smoking faster.
Smoked
I
that.
just wasn't talking as much as you guys.
Smoked
true,
that
too.
like you were on a first date with Eric. Just gone.
Yeah, but now I'm going to smoke something really good.
Really good. Feathered serpent.
Ah.
The one we just talked about.
I wasn't listening.
So, I was at the event. I
Just
smoked
like your date with
through.
Eric.
I smoked through all the apostate stuff again, and I realized most of their cigars don't taste like the wrapper; they taste like the binder.
All right.
Like their PA broadleaf tastes like Cameroon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild. Like that has more San Andreas qualities than it does Candela. Ryan said wrong. If he was on a date with Eric, the cigar would be smoking him. Nothing? No follow-up on that one? No?
In Soviet Russia, cigars smoked you.
In Soviet Russia. I love that.
Just bad dreams. Just bad dreams ahead, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But,
yeah, it's something.
but Ryan Seneca likes to make people feel uncomfortable, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That. And with the closed foot, it's right off the bat on that thing. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
I don't like seeing Jason happy. It makes me uncomfortable.
I like making people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So what are we calling this episode?
Yeah, I don't
Discomfort, Here We Come, or something like that? So have you done, like what all have you done on the new smoker? You just done the pork butt and...
Pulled pork brats, turkey breast, hot dogs, more hot dogs, stuffed mushrooms, macaroni and cheese, and baked beans, I believe, is the entirety of it.
Have you taken a shot at ribs or brisket yet?
No.
Not yet.
Ribs, I haven't had the time for ribs, because ribs, if you do the 3-2-1 method, you have to be present. So I have a couple of racks of ribs in the freezer, so it's probably next week. Like this coming weekend, I'll probably do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely one you have to be present for, I agree.
Maybe Friday.
There you go.
Saturday is going to be a little too chaotic, but probably on Friday I will. And then I think I might do a brisket going into the weekend of the Halloween show and stuff. I
There you
might
go.
do it Thursday. Might put it on, I don't know, some 3 to 11 on Thursday. And I got it's hard. I like to do a brisket for 24 hours, but maybe I won't have to on the new smoker. It might be a little less, so maybe I'll put it on Thursday at like midnight.
Yeah, I've had my best luck doing 16-hour briskets. That's the magic number. I've done the hot and fast where you do them in 12, and they come out really good. And you know, I think the fastest I did one was like 8 hours, and it was good. But 16 seems to be the sweet spot where you get where the way that I do it, it works out well. 16 hours at 205, and it just works out.
The math is a little tricky too, because technically to do a brisket really properly, the best thing that you can do is when you take it off of the smoker, you wrap it in foil, wrap it in a towel, put it in a cooler for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about 16 hours on the smoker, that puts me at like 8 p.m.
I'm talking 16 hours total.
Okay.
To include the rest,
that period.
Yeah. Yep.
I could probably get it in the smoker midnight on Friday, then have it ready for 6 p.m. on Friday.
Our old house, we had an oven that was programmable. So, like, I could actually set every 20 minutes, have it step down. So most of the time I'd pull it off the smoker, put it in the oven, have the oven at 200, and then immediately set the oven to 185 and just have it where every 10 minutes it drops down 5 degrees in the oven. It was awesome.
It's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The best brisket I made was one of those where it wasn't 10 minutes. It was like every 20 minutes or something like that. I had to come down like 5 or 10 degrees, and the brisket would slowly rest. And it was funny. You could tell because it would get to a point where the brisket was heating the oven. So the temperature wouldn't come down in the time period that I had. And that's when you knew you hit it perfect, is like when you get to a point where the brisket is now heating the oven and it's just turning itself off.
The brisket's tricky because you got to be there at the stall. Like, theoretically, that maybe not so much, but like I was talking to somebody at work the other day, and they're like, the stall, usually this and that, and it's like, you're not doing it right. If you're, so he's going like, oh, usually, you know, I get to the stall, and then after the stall, I'd wrap it, and I'm like, that's not how the stall works, chief. Like, scientifically, what's happening is, the process of evaporation is a cooling process, right? That's why sweat cools you off. Your sweat evaporates and it cools you as it happens. So what happens is when you hit a stall, which is where your brisket or whatever meat you're cooking stops increasing in temperature for a while and just sits somewhere, it's because you have enough evaporation of moisture from the meat to combat the heating to where it equalizes and it just sits. So that's why you want to take it out and wrap it at the stall, because you don't want to lose the moisture. So it locks the moisture in while you continue to cook. So, like, you need to be present for that process.
I have a lot of friends that are purist on it, but, I mean, meat only takes smoke for, I think brisket only takes smoke at 205. I think it's for the first 3 hours. And then after that, it's not getting any smoke. It's just you're just baking it now.
Yeah.
It gets to that point. And I've had dozens of times where I'm like, I don't feel like, because mine's a charcoal or wood smoker.
Yeah.
I don't need to manage it. I have an oven that stays exactly there, and I have gas too, so like I feel even less bad about it. Like I've done it more than a few times where I'll cook it for 3 or 4 hours in the smoker, and I'll just pull it and throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
it comes out wonderful. The only thing you lose is the bark, but I've done that too, where I've taken it, like the bark's just not as solid. But I've taken it from the oven and thrown it back in the smoker, like wrapped it, like hit the stall. I always wrap a little way into the stall. I always let it go through it for a little bit so it brings the overall temperature up. And then I will wrap it after the stall. And then I've taken it out of the wrap and thrown it back on the smoker and hit it with like a ton of smoke again just to lock the bark in, and then pulled it out for the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, my old smoker was just like a mini fridge that was an oven.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, and you can only put that much wood chip in it, and so like you kind of had to keep up on it if you wanted to keep the smoke going. So like it's nice now to not have to worry about that at all, because it's all just wood fire.
Yeah.
Right. You're burning pellets. That's your temperature. It's everything. The fire is all wood. So like it's just easy. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm actually probably gonna do probably at some point gonna try pizza too, because we've got a pizza stone already.
Yeah.
So just put the pizza stone in the smoker and try that once.
Yeah.
Wood fire pizza.
What's the max temperature on that?
With the baffle closed, like the on the thermostat's 500.
Yeah. So you can get there. That's like wood-fired pizza, hotter the better. I love 10-minute pizza or 5-minute pizza. It's fantastic. Just
Well-
slide it in. It starts to turn black on the top. Pull it out. It's perfect.
I don't know what it actually works out to be, but they claim you could get up to 1,000 degrees on the searing temperature because there's a baffle plate. What happens in there is like there's this big domed flat plate over the whole surface, and then there's a baffle rod that you can pull where it'll make the holes over
Close
the
that
fire
one.
pot open or close. So I actually did it for steak the first time we did it. I smoked a steak on there and I seared it at the end, and it sears very well. You just have limited amount of surface area for searing. So like if you wanted to open up that plate, it would be underneath of the stone anyhow.
Yeah.
So like technically I could get some more heat going, but I don't know how high it would get.
The problem with doing that is your stone's going to be so hot you're going to have the bottom completely cooked and the top's not going to be there. That's why they use the dome, is it equalizes that temperature in there really well. One of these days I will finally build my pizza oven.
Yeah.
I had it all spec'd out where I was going to build it at the last house, and we were getting ready to pull the trigger on it, and she's like, I think we should move. And I was like, I'm not going to invest in this here. So, and then this house, I don't have a place I really want to put it because I'm talking about building a actual brick oven.
Yeah, I wanted to do that at camp because one of the few things that survived from the old cabin that was tore down was like the base of the fireplace.
Nice.
And it's triangular. And I was like, we should just build this into a pizza oven. It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Have you seen like some of the different ways to make it?
Yeah.
That
Wait, like watching people build them and stuff? Yeah.
The medicine ball. That's the perfect way. Like
Okay.
You use like a exercise ball. You put that into into plywood. Cut a hole in the plywood. Put the ball in it. Just build the whole thing on the ball. When you're done, pop the ball and pull it out. Like now you have a dome. You don't have to get fancy with like how to stack everything. You just
Not a
stick
big
it to the
fan of
ball.
pulling out. That's why I had to get fixed.
Yeah. Glad we did that.
That silence is Corey's pride that you're hearing
Yeah.
emanating across the table. Yeah.
Proud.
Always. Yeah, and maybe not always. I've had some moments, but not typically. Like, I don't have a lot of shame.
I will say the earthiness you were talking about on the cigar, mine just hit like, I see what you're saying. Like
I think turned into Earthworm Jim.
it turned into dirt.
Yeah.
I like it though. It's different. I like it.
Great game. Great game. Never understood how he operated the controls of the body, but you didn't need to know. You know what I mean?
Matter.
He's just like wiggling his little worm end down there somehow, like Stephen Hawking and his tongue on the wheelchair. You know.
He figured it out.
His little wormy butt.
Reminds me of it's the things you were talking about earlier. I think the College Humor people did the terrible Batman.
Yes.
He's like, I do the alphabet. A is for Alfred. B is for Bat.
We get it. We get it. We get it. So
I
what you're
stabbed
saying?
you first.
What you're saying is, if I push this little red button in exactly the right way, there's an explosion. One of the best skits.
Oh, he's like, she put it in her mouth. I've been marinating in this suit for 18 hours. And
Really seals in the flavor. Yep. What was that?
collage humor. He didn't even spell
College and
collage
humor.
right.
Pete Holmes, that's his name.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he's hysterical.
I saw him live in Pittsburgh
Oh, really?
a couple weeks ago. I met him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Check my calendar.
Yeah, no, they're so twisted in like all the funniest ways.
Next Wednesday, we're going to go see Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, are you going?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to. I just couldn't figure out how to happen.
So you're gonna go see Neil deGrasse Tyson. What is he doing?
I assume just talking,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, he does all the. I guess they set like the backdrops up, and it's supposed to be just like a tour of
Who
space
cares?
and physics.
I'd listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson do anything, dude. I mean, he's the funky Bill Nye the Science Guy, bro. Funky.
Just a little bit funky.
He's the George Clinton of science.
Yeah.
Do you know who George Clinton is?
We're just gonna sidestep.
Yeah.
What's that?
He said
Funkadelic,
Funkadelic,
right.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons where Homer's sitting there watching the TV. He's like, next up, Blackula. And then the something of Blackenstein. And then the Hunchback of Blacker Dame or something. He's like, ooh, funky.
Funky.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that guy's wild.
Old George Clinton.
I am calling
Yeah.
it quits on that. It's done.
Biggity bang.
Yeah.
So what you got coming up? Anything?
We got our Halloween party will be in November. It'll be November
That
2nd.
makes sense.
Well,
It tracks.
closest weekend we could get. November 2nd will be our Halloween party. Last Monday of the month, we have a ladies' night. Last Sunday of the month, we have Liberty Pool here. And we're going to be doing a backroom bondage night.
What?
An official one? Because
Yeah, I thought you guys would like that.
Got in here.
Playing Goldeneye. I'm going to have a Goldeneye tournament. Bond.
Oh.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you
hate
think I
you.
meant?
Something more exciting than
Are you bringing in a Nintendo 64?
It's
or-
already here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were going to emulate it. Here's the problem. You're going to turn that on, and all of the things are just going to start moving by themselves because those controllers.
Nope,
have
I got
those bad
four
sticks.
good controllers. I'm ready, bud.
They're going to be bad by the end of the night. They're going to have that white dust coming out of them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, if you're going to have a tournament here, you have to have a WCW versus NWO revenge tournament.
I don't have the game.
Oh, I'll get it for you.
Yeah, 100%. And I get Sting. That was always my boy in that
I'll
one.
get it for you.
I'll be-
WCW versus NWO revenge. Rah! Goldberg, baby.
Gilbert.
You were a Goldberg guy?
Goldberg.
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Yeah. Let's go.
Nah, but no, I was thinking about it. I'm like, hey, it's getting cold out. It's time to start doing like weird stuff like that again. So we're going to do, backyard bondage or backroom bondage. So set it up back there. We'll have our game night go, throw a whiteboard up, and get our brackets. I think I might do teams.
Why not a blackboard?
I think it'll be best score of teams. Ooh. So,
Give me proximity mines in the facility.
and I will tell
the
you right
Corey
now.
Plex.
I will tell you right now. Odd job is off limits.
Oh, yeah,
You are
nobody's
not
allowed to
no
be
odd
odd
job.
But that's who I relate to.
We're doing no odd job, and
yeah, if you want to take Jaws, go ahead.
go to town. That's on you. That and
Remote mines in the Corey Plex.
it'll be pistols, all pistols, and it'll be what's it called? The Assassin's mode, headshot only, one shot, one kill.
Oh, Golden Gun.
Golden, but I can't remember.
No, the
what-
golden gun was one shot, one kill, no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. He's talking headshots only.
Yeah, I'm trying headshot only.
only pistols for
pistols
the whole
only,
thing.
yep.
That's weak, bro.
I don't get to use the clob. Come on.
Nope, it's more fun this
How
way.
are you gonna kill people through the wall?
Exactly.
Oh my God, rockets in the facility.
Yeah. Dude, I used to love in the facility, you'd always get the one guy that would want to camp in the duct. And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
throw your mine up there, the prox mine up there, and just forget him. Just be like, you're done. I don't remember the settings if you can melee or not. I think you still can.
Slappers
I
only.
think, yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll have round one will be round two will be slappers only, or the finals will be slappers only.
That's funny.
But yeah, backroom bondage. I love that both of you guys kind of went, wait, what?
You need to have a Smash Brothers tournament too.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna do like a different game each month. See how it goes. See if we can.
I can supply the Wii. Or
I have
the
a Wii
Switch.
upstairs.
The Switch.
Yeah, I have the Wii upstairs. I just haven't.
Mario Kart.
I got.
It's me.
I've got the whole Rock Band set up upstairs.
What?
Yeah, it's just sitting in a box.
It's a band in a box.
So this blew my mind. You know, he doesn't say "It's a me, Mario."
Yeah.
He says,
Yeah. It's a me is like an Italian
Yeah.
word.
"Yeah, no, Itsumi."
Yeah.
It means super in Japanese. Super Mario. He's just saying Super Mario. He's not saying "It's a me." He's saying "Itsumi."
Yeah.
It's
We all
me,
know what he's
Mario.
saying.
My
whole life has been a
Yeah,
lie.
exactly. My
Yeah,
exact
your
reaction.
parents never loved you.
Oh no, not NFL. What was NFL Blitz?
NFL
Yeah.
Blitz,
Yeah, have a Blitz night because the games were short
No,
too.
you got to go back to Sega Genesis and Mutant League Hockey.
Mutant League
Yes.
Hockey, yes.
Demon
Yeah.
Nets.
Yeah, I'm gonna. start working on getting more and more games and see what we can do.
So, Saturday, October 26th, Leaning House, Fine Scars, in Lower Spears, or Bell Vernon, or wherever your map says it is. Get ready for a donk-tacular experience.
Donk-tacular.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. You got the Strum Junkies, 4-piece band, messing things up, butchering all your favorite songs. You got a costume contest. You got cigar box, guitar, raffles happening. Got all the goodness from 6 to 10. Only 35 seats on that deck, though, man. So, like, get your reservations in, get your tickets, get it ready. Dude, we're going to be it's going to be a hell of a, that Sunday's going to suck. So I promise you I'll be there probably till, like, 1 a.m., because the whole rest of the band will pack up, and I'll just be going, what do you guys want to hear next? Give me some more tequila.
Sounds about right.
That
It's
adds
going to
up,
be
yeah.
wild. And it's also the weekend of Troy, so.
Yeah. The weekend of Troy. I like it.
The weekend. I dig that. The weekend of Troy.
Yeah.
It's like the summer of George, except for a different name. But there's still a giant block of cheese involved.
Troy definitely needs to dress up as like Agamemnon or something.
Oliver Platt in what was the Jack Black movie? Oh, where they start off as in like the Garden of Eden and then
Year
like,
One?
Year One.
Oh, okay.
Jack Black in that. That's what you got to be, Troy. Or Oliver Platt in that. Yeah, that. You remember that scene?
I didn't watch the movie.
Oh,
Nor I.
look up Oliver Platt. Not now. We'll do it after. Oliver Platt oil scene, Year One.
Jesus. I'm already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a wild weekend, man. It's going to be crazy. And then we've got the show here Sunday morning, Liberty Pool event here after the show.
Yep.
Then I'm going up to hunting camp for a week. That starts my vacation.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So,
Oh, that's when I'm over
maybe-
at the
yeah, oh yeah.
7T.
You're going to be there for a little bit because
It's going to
starting
be.
the end of this week, right?
It's going to be.
Because Scanlon goes on vacation next week, so I think he's got like Thursday in or
Yes.
something.
It's going to be me. It TP7, then Gal, then back at TP7.
Yeah, because you got cover his. Oh, and here's the worst part, buddy. I'm so sorry. You'd probably be cool with it, but you're covering the outage on daylight.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna be you're wrangling cats, buddy.
Yep.
Gonna be lots of new paint done horribly.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
splotches of yellow everywhere. Safety yellow, baby.
It's fun.
Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to not being there that week.
Yeah. It's a good week to not be there.
Yeah,
Nah,
it'll be-
that's a great week to be there.
If
I
you're-
really enjoy it. The outage is cool.
Jason likes doing nothing.
Seneca said he's no longer allowed to help out at the October outages.
No, unless they need to like clear out a whole unit for space.
Yeah. That would be his.
Yeah. We're gonna bring you back in to manage the turn line.
Like, hey guys, everybody remember him? Get him out of here.
That's what they've been talking about, promoting Eric to the foreman of the turn. Yeah.
Oh, he'd be perfect at it.
I think they should. I think that's too much responsibility. I think they should make him the back turn electrician of the turn line.
Why is he the backdoor electrician?
Back turn. So, like, for a long time, we had an electrician in our department 24 hours a day, and when we weren't running, and they love it because they're just coming in and sitting there to do nothing.
Yeah.
And like, you can't get them to do anything, and so like the managers have been fighting forever. Why do we have to have them out? And they finally got rid of them. But that's the
Yeah.
funny thing is like they'd come in and just do nothing all
We'd
night.
have a 5 rate on midnight, paying them $45 an hour
Just sitting there.
to sit there.
And do
then
nothing.
you're like,
You
oh,
ask
hey,
them to do something,
We
they wouldn't.
need these PMs done, and they're like, well, I'm here by myself. I can't do that.
Yep.
They pull a safety card. Yeah. Eric could find a way to mess it up.
We solved that by putting trainees with them.
Trannies.
Trainees at night. So you take new guys,
Eric's
like even off
ears
production guys, just be like, hey, go with them. You're a safety watch. That was that.
Yeah.
Take your guys that were in training, getting paid minimum rate one.
Bye.
Yep.
So anyhow,
Yeah.
join us next week at 9:30 when we smoke the.
We are going to be doing the CAO Faso Noche in a Toro size.
Noche.
Noche. Salud.
Hey.